Doctors, what was the best excuse you've heard for someone having something stuck in their ass? Guy came in with a cordless phone up his ass. Like one of the old school ones from 15 years ago. He said that when he was in the kitchen bending over opening the oven door, someone threw it through his open window and it just went right up. So the guy was so embarrassed that he shoved the phone up his ass that he decided it would be better to say his asshole was so loose that a phone could just be tossed right in. Well, okay. Not to mention that he was apparently pointing his bare, loose asshole at an open window. LMAO. Related, guy puts a vibrator, one of the massive cordless one types, WAAAAAY up there, like a mega seed, and it gets sucked into the sigmoid colon. When he gets to me in the ear, I ask him how he was feeling. He answered, "Well doc, I'm way better since the batteries died. Made my night. I've been trying to entertain the medical staff since my open heart surgery. Was having problems with low blood pressure. It hit 90/58ths. I got a ringing in my ears. Everything went red, and I passed out. Oh no." Quote, "Yeah, but my carpet smells fantastic." Quote, "Guy told me he was constipated so he stuck the broom handle up there to break up the poop. I almost believed. Hi monsieur." Edit. It was half of a broom handle, cut off and wrapped in electrical tape, all the way inside his ass. I'd believe that. People are stupid. I would believe that one because severe constipation is absolute hell. I stuck it up there on purpose and now it's stuck. Please help. It was a perfectly honest and valid reason for have something stuck up your ass. And we helped. No further questions needed. Now I'm interested how often that happens. I mean the honest answer. Definitely the route I'd take. Look, man, I just thought I'd try it and see if I liked it. I don't. I really don't. Sir, this is your 5th visit to the ER. Edit. Spelling. I am a nurse. A male as well. Guy came to my hospital with a cue ball stuck in his rectum. Monsieur said him and his wife were having sex and this happened. Made no excuses and showed no shame. Doc was unable to remove it with forceps and he had to get anesthesia to have a minor surgical procedure to get it out. My job was basically to just go through a pre-surgical checklist and send him on his way. When I'm done, he shouts excitedly, "Alright, let's get this ball rolling." I almost died laughing. It was near the end of my shift and I always wonder what happened to Hi Monsieur. I'm sure he did fine and is back to having amazing kinky sex with his wife. Greater than, "Alright, let's get this ball rolling." This guy has hero material. When I was a student working in an ER, a guy came in with an unraveled wire hanger stuck and hooked up there. He said he was trying to fish out the vibrator he lost. Did you find the vibrator? Clear as day on the X-ray. I feel like you have the start of an epic poem there. 'Twas clear as day. Upon the X-ray, the vibrator wriggled and buzzed up between the cheeks, but pushed in too deep. Though now we knew right where it was. I pulled out the tube and squeezed out some lube all over my forceps and glove. Told him to lean forward. He complied without a word. And deep up inside did I shove. I've done this before. I knew how for sure. I've worked the ER for a while. And out came the toy. To the glee of the boy. "Thanks, doc." He winced with a smile. "Damn, a plus to Edgar Allan Bro over here." Presented it in Sydney with carrots stuck in the ass. "Doctor, what happened?" Quote, "Patient, I heard a noise in the garden. Went to investigate. Slipped and fell over. Carrot went up my boo, monsieur." Doctor, "Carrots grow upside down out your way, huh?" Quote, "Well, Australia is the down under. It always boils down to the person accidentally sat on it." The best my dad saw, a former emergency doctor, was a young guy who accidentally sat on a giant tub of Vaseline. Accidentally. I asked how doctors record that in their patient files. And the common way to do so is to say, "The patient claims to have sat on X object." Edit. My dad's thrilled that his story has touched so many of you. Tears of joy. Patient stated, followed by a factual description of what you see. Patient states they fell on the dumbbell, carrot, sausage. On examination, no visible bruising or laceration seen related to the fall. Clear jelly-like substance seen around the object. Edit. Thanks everyone. This has been the most fun I've had on Reddit, but I have to go for now. Apologies to anyone who didn't get a reply. I took a walk outside and something just flew into my ass. Sir, we are still going to call ASPCA on you. The great blue heron is a protected species. There was a news story in my country. A man went to the and they discovered that he drunkenly put 2 hammerheads in his ass. His reasoning being that he ate a jar of preserved cherries with pits and then had abdominal pain and wanted to smash the pits. Took me a few seconds to realize you didn't mean tiny sharks. Paramedic. Here. Had one guy tell me he slipped on a banana peel and landed on the upright vase on the floor. He then proceeded to produce a banana peel for good measure. Edit. My first gold and a couple other goodies. I'm really happy that you all enjoy a good laugh from my career this far. The fact that he genuinely had a banana peel made me laugh more than the entirety of this thread. Jesus Christ, my moment has come. A friend of mine used to work in a dispatch call center for emergency services. In these call centers there needs to be a triage nurse on site to deal with life-threatening situations. So my mate tells me about this story she had, where a man came in with a garden gnome up his hoop. His story was that he went shopping and locked himself out of house, so needed to climb back in through the second floor window. Fell back and got entered by the gnome. I mean, the gnome was inside his pants. Like there was no gnome-shaped hole in his pants. But whatever, let's call it a miracle. So anyway, they get this gnome out, fishing rod and all, patch him up and send him on his way. 3 hours later a different dude comes in with the same problem and the same story. After cutting through the bullshit they determined the 2 blokes had been gnoming each other. Realized they both needed doctors. Arranged to go to different hospitals with this 200 IQ story. And one of them got mixed up. Still makes me laugh to this day. Edit. Me no tripe good. Lol, holy shit, I lost it at gnoming each other. So I actually once did fall naked in my bedroom and my ass cheek smashed hard onto the end of a small dumbbell that was angles up at 45 degrees. I'm coming to realize after reading all of this that had it hit the bullseye, no one would have fucking believed me. A friend of mine works at reception in an She actually had a story about a guy who came in with a dumbbell in his rectum, monsieur, although he was considered high priority. They were super busy and there was nowhere near the front to stand, so she told him to wait in the rear. Saw someone with a remote control stuck way up in their colon. She said she was getting herself ready for anal sex with her boyfriend and then it got stuck. The kicker was that she showed up to the hospital with her boyfriend and her husband in tow. I'm really curious as to how that conversation went. She wasn't my patient, I was in the and got to see the magnificent x-ray. My sister is a surgical nurse and a guy came into the hospital with a pool noodle shoved up his ass. It was so deep that they had to cut open his abdomen, intestines and colon to cut the foam out of. Hi monsieur, he said he fell on it while swimming nude. But when they cut him open it had a condom stretched over the end of it. When they confronted him, he said, "Please don't tell me, wife." Edit. Well, thank you everyone for the upvotes and awards. This is my sister's favorite OR story to tell. She tells about all the things she's seen after she's had a few drinks, but this one is the best one. Now I'm imaging a man waking into a hospital with 80% of a pool noodle flopping around behind him like a tail. Edit. Thank you, kind internet strangers. I never imagined people would enjoy the odd thoughts in my head this much. Ha, makes for a great tale. Nurse. I tried to dig something out of my ass with a barbecue skewer. Skewer got stuck, ripped a hole in his intestines. He waited so long to come and he was septic. 1 stat OR visit and an ICU stay later. Please don't call my mom. Guy was tripping hard on LSD. Was the something a weasel? If so, username checks out hard. You know, I didn't even think to ask him what he was trying so desperately to dig out. Clever comment though. A college friend who is an OR nurse said the best thing she ever witnessed was a small snow globe with the message, "World's greatest dad," on the inside. The best one I've heard is a priest who had peeled a potato and left it on the side for his dinner. He decided to hang the curtains back up while nude, and fell off the step ladder onto it. It was in the UK paper years ago. If I find it, I'll post the sauce. Fell down some stairs and someone left a dildo on the bottom. This made my day. This made my whole week. My ex is a nurse. One night she sent me a pic of her computer of what she was working on. 16-year-old male brought in by his mother. Shoved a sausage up his ass and lost it. Imagine the embarrassment of telling mom, "Hey monsieur, I lost a sausage in my ass. Can you take me to the ER?" Fucking kids. I think I'd just let it kill me if that was the outcome. Taking the sausage to the grave, if you will. Believe it or not, my German friend also had a sausage stuck up his ass once. He actually didn't care about people finding out about it. I asked him why not and he just said, "Nah, it's fine. What's the worst that can happen?" Quote. I'm not finding the link here. Frankly, it's pretty obvious. Sausage is usually shit-shaped. Couldn't he just shit it out on the next day or so? I reckon he must have been a bit horrified when his ass sucked up the sausage and started panicking as a result. Not an excuse, but a medic told me that they have contests about what is the most unexpected thing they pulled out of butts. The winner was a guy that put an electric Christmas decoration, the ones you wrap around the tree. In her own words, the legend doesn't say whether he plugged it or not. I should have asked what the excuse was for that one. Not asterisk quite asterisk the same. But I was in a lecture where someone asked a doctor the strangest foreign body he'd removed. And he said removing a whole carrot from a rectum was pretty memorable. Girl next to me piped up, "OMG. How did someone swallow a whole carrot?" Quote. "Oh you sweet summer child." Love the gut reference. I always use this one. Worked on ambulances. Not a doctor. Mostly bottles or vegetables. The aubergine was the biggest, but potatoes and carrots seemed to be popular. Ketchup, mayo and glass cola bottles were common at one point. Also one butt plug and a toilet brush. The last two were honest and very distraught. Others all had naked gardening stories. There's an even worse question you haven't asked, which is for things people have shoved up their urethras. Only men in my experience. Why would anyone shove anything up there? I had my first catheter for a urology test the other day and let me tell you that shit fucking hurt. I don't understand how anyone actually enjoys sounding. Edit. Y'all live your lives and stick whatever you want in your urethras. But I will not be joining you. Jack was nimble. Jack was quick. Jack fell while jumping over a candlestick and the doctor was like, "Right. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day."